Alright, hi guys, I'm just doing a tutorial on the Lego pieces and on the tools that we're going to use to make them. I thought it'd be a lot easier than me doing it in the classroom with my head up my arse, so this should be a lot easier to follow and understand, and you can pause it and so on. Okay, so the first thing about this is they all have to be the same size. So we have the measurements here on the Moodle page, and they're in millimeters, so we just need to set Maya to millimeters. Windows, to do this you just go to Windows, Settings and Preferences, go to the settings here, and we just change that to millimeters and save that, and you notice that goes in, so you just need to zoom in a bit. Now we're going to make the cylinder top first. We're not going to put Lego in it, but so we're just going to double click on the cylinder. Now if this doesn't come up for you, just make a normal cylinder and then just edit it in the attribute editor as normal. So like this has, the radius is 2.5, height is 1.7, and axis divisions we're going to use 8 because it's easier to keep the geometry simple. I'm just going to create that. Now we're going to go into face mode, and we're just going to hold shift and select all the bottom faces. Now be careful when you do this, because if you move slightly like that, it likes to lasso select all the faces. So just make sure you've only got the faces you want to delete selected, and hit delete. Okay. Then we're just going to go to edge mode, double click, and the edge will be selected. If your geometry is broken, the edge won't fully select, so just make sure what you want to be selected is selected before you start moving. Now we're just going to extrude this out. Now there's this button here on the quick bar, which it looks a bit different because I'm using May 2016, but it looks around about the same. You can also go to mesh tools or even edit mesh and extrude, and you've also got Control E as a hotkey. Okay, so we have this. Now we want to scale it out, so we're just going to hit R, and then we're just going to scale it out a bit. It doesn't matter how much, just a little bit. And we have our top. Next we're going to make the bottom, so we're just going to double click on the polygon cube, and we're going to make this. Now as you can see, I need to change that. Okay, so I need to change this to 15.8 and 3.2 height. Right, 3.2, 15.8 that, and then 7.8 for the other one. Right. 7.8. Let's make sure I got that right. Yep. Then we just create that. Move it down. Now there isn't enough data to easily connect these, so we're just going to go to the attribute editor here. We're just going to chuck that to 4. That'll give us the data we need. So then we're just going to select all the faces on top of this, hit delete, then we're just going to go into the front view, object mode, and we're just going to make sure to line it up. We're just going to move it straight up until it's meeting that as exact as you can get it. Doesn't have to be totally, but you know, it's there. I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to Control D to duplicate, and it's going to go like that. That will just move that one away for the time being. Now we're then going to go into the top view, and we're just going to line up this line here with the point there, like that. Now we know that that's in the right place. We're then going to select both. So hold shift, go into select mode first, then lasso or shift click, so both are selected. Then we're going to combine them. So edit mesh, mesh even, sorry, hit combine. Now this is one object. So now this lets us stitch it together basically. So we're going to go to vertex, and just going to select the vertexes, W to move, then hold down the V key to vertex snap, and we're just going to snap all these into place. We're just going to ignore this one for the time being. Alright, now once we've done that, we're just going to lasso select them, and we're just going to hit the merge vertices even. And what that's going to do is just going to merge the ones that we've connected. Now as you can see, some of these it actually hasn't done, while others it has. So it's done the ones at the corners, but it hasn't actually done this one here. That's because they weren't close enough. It has a tolerance. So we just need to make sure that they're all done. There you go. We just need to select those two again and merge the verts again. Now if you look, it's done it successfully. Now all we do is the exact same thing with this one. Just bring that over there, select that, go into our top view, and we just line it up with the corners. Select both, go to mesh, combine, then hold right click, go to vertex mode, and just the same, we're just going to snap all of these to the relevant points. Oh dear. Okay, so they're all snapped, and again we're just going to ring the loop, and we're going to hit the merge vertex button. We're just going to make sure it's actually done it, which it has. Now all we need to do is marry these two together. And there we have it. However, I know what you're thinking, this doesn't look exactly Lego-like because it's 8. So what we're going to use the smooth proxy. It's not actually smooth, it just gives the appearance, and these are your 1, 2 and 3 keys. So this is set to 1, which is just normal, 2 is just set to a proxy, and 3 is set to smooth. Now, because we don't want all of it smooth, we need to tell Maya that we don't want all of it smoothed. So we're just going to select, go into edge mode and select everything, and we're just going to deselect these ones here, and these ones here, okay. Then we're just going to go to mesh tools, and we use the crease tool. The crease tool tells Maya not to curve those particular things, so we're just going to hold the middle mouse button and then hold it to the right, and see those become boldened. Then if we hit 3 again, we can see that it has in fact changed. Now we still need to take out some more, but so we just go to edge mode. If you press G, it'll make you use the last tool used, which is very useful. So as you can see, while we uncrease these, we get the curve we want. There you go. Now, as you can see, there's a little bit of strangeness with the textures. It's because of the way we're using smooth. Now we need to add just a little bit of extra geometry to make this go better. So we go back to 1, all the changes you make in the unsmoothed one. So we're just going to go to Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop, and this just lets us put another ring around, so you just hold and so you can move it. So we're just going to put it quite close to there. We're going to put one quite close to there. And we're going to do the same at the top here. There you go. Now if we hit 3 again, go to select first and then hit 3. Come on, object mode, then hit 3, G's. As you can see, it looks a lot better. And that's the basics. All you would then do is you would take this and then you would duplicate it, just drag it out, then you would just keep marrying up the parts just like you've done, and then you would select both of them, duplicate it out, and again delete faces, connect them until you get however many or however long you actually want.
So
I'm going to put this on the on the Dropbox once I actually finally get a link to it. You guys can use this in your projects, or you can make your own. You can either follow this tutorial, make your own, or just use these things. These are the right size, so all you would need to do is to create as many of these and connect them together, and then just create one under one box, sorry. Okay, and if you've got any questions, just let me a shout. I'm gonna put a tutorial on how to make a full Lego piece, because we don't have to do the bottoms for this, but I'm gonna make one to show you how to do the bottoms as well, if you did actually want to do that. Let's just save this. Oh, I haven't actually made a project file. Alt F9.